Welcome to Success and Strategy, real talk with heart-centered entrepreneurs, where you will hear inspiring stories and insights from entrepreneurs who are leading their businesses with heart and strategy. I'm Amanda Stickle, your host and strategic bookkeeper and empowering tax accountant. Today, I have Courtney Starkey joining me today as my guest, and I'd love for you to share a little bit about yourself, your business, and what you're working on.
All right. Hi, I'm so happy to be here. Courtney Starkey. I am the CEO of Social Cactus Company. I'm a social media manager, content creator, and social media strategist. And basically, I take 10 or more hours off your plate as a business owner with content creation and social media. And right now, I'm actually working on a project where I get to help more entrepreneurs by taking content off their hands. And really, my main focus is saving time for others where I can, because I know time is the most valuable resource that we have.
It truly is. And speaking from experience, I have worked with Courtney and she's amazing. She's so empowering and she literally takes it off your plate and takes all your mumbo jumbo thoughts and makes it into beautiful pieces of art and helps you in all things social media. So she's your girl to go to. So thank you for joining me. And one key aspect that I think we hear about a lot in the entrepreneurial world is success. And I think it's interesting to hear what success looks like for each individual person. So I'm curious, what does success look like to you?
It's interesting when I was thinking about this, success used to be having a lot of money and having time freedom and calendar freedom. And those are a big part of what I think success looks like as a whole. But I found in this season, what success looks like to me is the freedom of choice, to be able
Mm.
to choose whatever I want, which is amazing. And being able to take the whole week off next week and my business not burn to the ground, that feels like freedom and that feels like success to me. That I have gotten to a point to where my clients are still, taken care of and I'm able to be present with my family. And I think that's the most important thing for me is my family and being present with them and actually enjoying the life that we have. Money, you can get money, but if you're not enjoying the life that you have, then that doesn't feel successful to me. So once I made that shift, this is what success feels like in this season. And it's been incredible.
I love that answer. Choice, the freedom of choice. I think that's a great response, and that definitely encompasses success. Um, And yeah, like I love that insight because now I'm thinking about like, oh my gosh, yeah, I have the freedom of choice. Like I have support in my business where I can take a week off and it, like you said, it won't burn to the ground and I can spend time with my kids and I can decide when to work and when not to work and who to work with and who not to work with. That is freedom of choice. So I love that answer. Thank you so much for sharing that.
You know,
Um, So leading from success, what do you feel has made the most significant impact in getting your business to where it is today?
Okay, so this is a good one. So previously, I'll be completely transparent. I was so focused on getting clients and converting clients, getting client converting, getting and converting. But I was just kind of throwing it all out there and had no real plan to get clients. And the most important thing that shifted everything in my business for me was the delivery on my promises, how I supported my clients after the sale, which is more important than anything. I always did a okay job supporting clients, but when I really dove into it, I realized I could be doing a much better job. I could be like have such a deeper reverence for the work that I do after the sale. And once I started implementing that, and I had to do some healing because you have to look at yourself a little differently. And you're like, I'm not doing the greatest job. So how can I improve on myself so that I could take better care of my clients? And once I started taking better care of my clients off screen, offline, after the sale, it just started. I had clients wanting to stay longer, and now I have clients that don't want to leave. And I have clients who are telling their friends about me. And I think that's probably the coolest thing is that trust, that word of mouth and delivery on promise has truly changed everything for my business.
Mm, yeah, I completely agree. It's really in essence, building that relationship with the people in your audience right now. Audience being people following you, but also audience being your current clients. Like really getting to know them, getting to know the ins and outs of their business, their voice, who they want to work with, all the things, and then really building that relationship where they're never going to want to look for anybody else. And like you said, they're going to spread the word, be like, oh my gosh, you have to work with Courtney because she's my social media bestie. That's that's it.
That's
Like
how I
that's
feel about you too. I'm like, everyone has to work with Amanda. She's like my financial bestie.
exactly, yeah, and it's just building that like an intertwined community. Um,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, just a network of connections. So I think that's amazing.
I always say that I'm into long-term relationships with my clients, not one night stands. Sorry, you're stuck with me
I love
forever.
that. That's awesome. So kind of leading into that, because you mentioned me being your finance bestie, how impactful has understanding your finances been in your business growth?
Okay, so when I came to you, I was embarrassed. I was pretending that none of it was happening. I was like, oh, what's a finance? I didn't want to look at anything. And you made me feel so seen and loved and safe, which was important, and empowered where I was. And you looked at my finances and I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is bad. And you're like, you're good. You're not bad. Like, this is a great starting point. And it was such a turning point for me to be in a safe space with you and share those things with you and dissolve that shame. That shame dissolved, that embarrassment dissolved. And since then, since you changed everything for me, I mean, looking at revenue different and profit different and planning for taxes, who am I? Who am I? Really changed everything, the way that you go about it and you support all of us as your clients, whoever comes into your world, because you have such a neutral point about money and finances and taxes. And you don't ever make us feel bad about it because there's nothing to feel bad about. And you live and breathe by that. And it shows because the way you lead is embodied in that. And I really appreciate that.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I think it's important to talk about that like how you're feeling before, like the embarrassment, the scared, the kind of avoidance type of feelings, because it kind of normalizes it. And not in the sense of like that's how you need to feel forever, but like it's okay to feel that way and then to ask for help and receive that help and be like, okay, it doesn't have to be this way, but I'm not alone. I'm not stupid. I
Yeah.
I'm doing okay. Like it's not like I'm not going to go to jail tomorrow for what I'm doing. I just needed better guidance and support and like a better foundation. And I think that's what we did. We created a foundation and I provided you with skills, and now that's something that you can do on your own. And I think that's empowering and amazing to be able to be like, I learned a skill and then I can do this. Like I am a CEO, I'm a badass. I'm doing this, and knowing that you have that support on the sidelines if you have questions or you feel stuck, you can be like, "Hey, like what do I do with this?"
And I know I could too. And I mean, it's just having your support over the past, I mean, I feel like it's been a year now, if not longer, and having
Yeah.
your support and just having you in my world and having you and see how you interact with others and your other clients from doing your social media and like, how much you care about your clients. It's just like tenfold. So whoever's out there watching this, if you've been waiting on the sidelines, stop waiting. Get in her DMs.
Yeah. Yeah, feel free to reach out. And if I'm not your person, there's other people, but I think it's important to look at your finances and not be completely scared by them. Because they have it's this powerful information in your business to help you with making decisions, with whether that's like you said, planning for taxes and where your business is headed in the growth direction, like what you need to be focusing on. If you have the money to invest in something, and what that investment looks like long term and how that will get you a return on the investment, and again continue to grow your business. So it doesn't have to be scary. It can be fun in a nerdy way. Even if you don't think it's fun, like I can make it fun for you.
You really do, and that's the incredible part. It's like you look at everything so differently, which is really great.
Yeah. It's all, again, a part of building those relationships. So knowing what you aren't that great at or what you don't want to work on, and building the relationship with the people that do like those things, whether that's social media, finance, operations, branding, whatever it may be, and building that relationship of networks around you to be able to be like, okay, you're gonna pull from this, or I'm going to give to that, and kind of like an ebb and flow of, or a cycle, not an ebb and flow, like a give and take of relationships and just being well rounded as a business owner.
Yeah, 1000%. I love that.
So if you could give one piece of advice, whether that's financial advice or business strategy, whatever type of advice you want to give to other heart-centered entrepreneurs looking to grow their business, what would you say?
Ooh, I would say whatever you are avoiding looking at, once you look at it, it's going to unlock new perspectives and new levels within your business that maybe were not there for you previously, but you wanted to be there. Look at those. Do the scary thing. Look at those. Even if it's really scary, do it anyways, because that could be that breakthrough moment that you've been waiting for. Whether it's looking into hiring somebody to help you with your financiers, or hiring someone to help you with your social media, or for me, that breakthrough moment was looking at how I was treating my clients after the sale. Sometimes you have to look at those things. So whatever that thing is that you're feeling like you need to look at, you're avoiding, do that thing. Your future self is gonna thank you for it.
I love that. And that's very true. Like we can avoid things that scare us, and it might help in the moment, but the more we avoid, the longer we postpone it, the harder it's going to be and the worse the situation will develop into. And that could avoidance could lead to business failure, honestly. um, so you really have to look at what you really are scared about and reflect on that and see if there's something else behind that, and then having that support, even if it's not somebody like even if it's just a friend or family member, and just like kind of being like, this is what I'm feeling, can you help me? Maybe it's giving me accountability or whatever that may be, to just help me take that first step, because that first step is always the hardest, but once you take it and you take another step and then another one, and it's like, oh, this is easy, I got this.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
just keep going.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So do you have anything else you'd like to share, like where people can find you, follow you, contact you?
Yeah, you can come find me on Instagram. That's where I hang out the most with all my friends. So come find me on Instagram at Courtney Starkey _. And we can hang out there and get to know each other and have some fun on social media.
Yes, and Courtney has an amazing social media presence, so you will love following her and watching all of what she's got going on, and she provides awesome tips and awesome resources. So definitely give her a follow, and I'll put the links in the description too, so you can just click it and find her and follow her and connect with her and all the fun things. So thank you so much for joining me today. I think it's really impactful and empowering to hear different aspects and insights from different business owners. I think it helps with mindset and finding relatability and being like, I'm not alone. I've got this. I've got support, and hearing different tips that maybe you've heard before through Google or whatever, but hearing it from real people in real situations, I think that can be impactful to be like, okay, I'm going to actually take that tip and implement it and see what I can do. So I think that's awesome. So thank you so much for joining me. And
Thank
if
you for having
anybody watching would like to be a guest, or if you know somebody, feel free to comment below, share it, subscribe so you can get notifications of our next guests, and you can go back and watch the previous guests as well. Um, Again, thank you for joining Success and Strategy, Real Talk with Heart-Centered Entrepreneurs, and I will see you next time.